Good evening all. As the MBA entrance examination season is going to start, there were many questions from many of the students that how to prepare for GK section for the MBA entrance examination such as IFT or SNAP or ZAT or TIS. One good news is CAT doesn't have a GK. So CAT just tests about your quant, logical reasoning and data interpretation. But at the same time, IFT, SNAP, TIS and ZAT, there are 4 important examinations which will have GK as a separate section. Now let us discuss what should be a preparation strategy from the perspective of each and every examination from the perspective of the GK section. In the case of IFT, again the good thing about IFT is IFT gives more weightage for the quant and DI and gives a very less weightage on the GK section. But we need to remember, we need to cross the sectional cutoff in GK section. So on an average, from the last few years, 0.2 marks is allotted for each and every question in the GK section. If you observe carefully, we may have 20 to 28 questions in the GK section, but the most important thing we need to observe in the question paper is we may find some questions on geography, we may find some questions on the history, we may find some questions on the polity or sort of thing, but the major amount of the questions from the IFT is from the current affairs. And other good thing about IFT is most of the questions in the GK section in IFT are of the match the following section of the format. So if you are able to answer, if you are able to locate, if you are able to recognize the answer for one or two options, for example, 1 is corresponding to B and 2 is corresponding to C, then automatically we can eliminate other remaining 3 options, which is not required. So the format of the question itself is making the question easier. Don't be under imagination that I need to answer all the questions in the GK section. We are not a James Bond to answer all the questions in the GK section. We need to cross the sectional cutoff in the GK section. So the more focus should be given only on the current affairs. There was few questions in the earlier years, like which teams has won which companies has won which teams in IPL. So similarly, or which company has acquired which of the following companies, or what is the tagline of the particular company. So it seems to be static based, but that particular company or the importance of the company is somewhere in the news in the last few months. So try to observe what are the companies which are in the news in the last few months and then try to understand what is the tagline, so what is the history behind that. So if we observe carefully, out of 20 questions if you are able to answer 14 questions with 90% accuracy, that automatically lands me up in crossing the cutoff. The next important examination is SNAP. SNAP always says that the focus is on the business GK. So we need to know some basics about a business GK, such as from the banking perspective, what is meant by CRR, SLR, what are direct instruments, what are indirect instruments, what is meant by bank rate, what is meant by repo rate, what is meant by reverse repo rate, or what is the importance of an inflation, different types of inflations, different types of unemployment. So these all seems to be like static part, but these all are in the news from the last few years. For example, the question can be like this: who controls all the ATMs in the country? The options can be RBI, NPCI and NSDL, anything. If I observe carefully, this seems to be like static based question, but it has an importance because there was an issue that there was no cash in most of the ATMs in India. So there was an issue that there's some news and some articles, debates over the maintenance of ATMs in India. So this is some example that how the question can be asked. And other example like, which of the following company has launched Project Navaleka? Google, Microsoft or Facebook? It seems to be like static based or it seems to be like a techno based. No, but it's purely a current affairs based. Or which company was acquired, which software artificial intelligence company was acquired by the Flipkart, or it can be any other. So it's more like a business oriented. So try to understand more the business GK and try to maintain a look over the business news. And the next exam will be TIS. the most important section from the perspective of the TIS examination is GK. GK is the deciding factor. 90% of students can do well in the quant, can do well in the logical reasoning, and can do well in the verbal in the TIS examination, but most of them will fail in GK. Because TIS GK is not only about current affairs, TIS GK is also about history, polity, and the economy. Everything comes under TIS GK. It may ask a question like Article 15 belongs to dash, or Mandal Commission is related to dash. So it can be anything. So the focus will be more on the polity and the government schemes. So because TIS itself, the program is not an MBA program, it's an MA program. So they want knowledge more from the perspective of social issues rather than business issues. Now coming to ZAT, one good thing about the GK section of ZAT doesn't have much importance for the GK section from the perspective of the examination, because you're getting quality from an XLRA Jamshedpur or XIMB doesn't depend upon your GK score. It purely depends upon the percentile, whatever you got from the remaining sections. But whenever there's a tie in the final section, stage of the completion of GD and PI, then they'll consider the GK marks. But from the last few years, it can be observed that ZAT GK is, most of the questions are direct questions, and most of them are business oriented questions. Now coming to which website to follow. You have n number of resources to follow, but I personally recommend GK Today is a very good website to crack any type of an MBA entrance exams. Every day, on average, they will upload 10 articles related to current affairs, which is based on the business perspective, which is from the perspective of business, polity, international, sports sort of thing. So whatever they have uploaded, just spend 10 minutes every day. That is highly enough to crack your MBA entrance examination. And from the TIS perspective, for the polity, economy, or history, Arihant, the small book of Arihant publications, or any publications, 30 rupees book or 35 rupees book, which gives an outline about the Indian history or the polity, is highly enough to crack the examination. If you have any queries regarding the preparation for your GK section or any other section of your MBA entrance examinations, you can mail to mahaabhyas@gmail.com. Thank you.